Welcome everyone. I'm excited to be here today to talk about Zayad Ibn Thaabit. On this first slide, you'll see his name highlighted. This presentation will explore his life, contributions, and impact. We'll cover his role in early Islamic history and why he remains a significant figure. So, let's get started and discover more about Zayad Ibn Thaabit together. Today, I want to share a key moment in the history of the Quran's preservation, involving Zayad ibn Thaabit. When Caliph Abu Bakr asked Zayd to take charge of collecting and writing down the entire Quran, at first he was hesitant. He had the same concerns that Abu Bakr had initially, perhaps about the enormity of the task or the responsibility involved. But over time, Zayd came to realize that this was a divine duty, an important step to preserve the message for future generations. This story highlights the humility and dedication of those early Muslims who prioritized faith over personal hesitation, reinforcing how crucial it was to safeguard the Quran. It also reminds us that sometimes, even when something feels overwhelming, doing what is right for the community and faith can lead us to important and historic achievements. Today, I want to talk about why Zayad ibn Thaabit was chosen for such an important task. First, he was one of the best reciters of the Quran, which means he had an exceptional ability to pronounce and understand its words clearly and beautifully. This skill was crucial because accuracy in recitation was vital for preserving the Quran. Second, he was among the few who had memorized the entire Quran during the lifetime of the Prophet, PBUH. This shows his deep commitment and his incredible memory, making him a trusted person to handle the sacred text. Third, the Prophet, PBUH, personally asked him to write down the Quran. This indicates a high level of trust and confidence in Zayd's knowledge and integrity. Lastly, Zayd was present when the Prophet, PBUH, recited the whole Quran during the last Ramadan of his life. Being present at that moment highlights his close connection to the Prophet and his first-hand experience with the complete revelation. All these points emphasize why Zayad ibn Thaabit was such a fitting choice. His mastery, memorization, trustworthiness, and proximity to the Prophet made him a key figure in preserving the Quran for future generations. Zayd began the process by collecting all of the materials on which the Quran had been written. He wanted to ensure he had every version or fragment available. Then, he gathered around him all of those who had also memorized all of the Quran or large portions of it. This was crucial because their memorization served as a reliable source to verify the written materials. He then compared what was written down with what he and the others had memorized. If all agreed, meaning there was no discrepancy between the written text and the memorized portions, he would then write it down on pages of leather. This method highlights the importance of verification and consensus in preserving the integrity of the Quran. It was a meticulous process, emphasizing accuracy and reliability in the early compilation efforts. This approach by Zayad ibn Thaabit played a key role in the preservation of the Quran as we know it today. Just before his death, Abu Bakr entrusted the Quran to Umar, whom he had selected as the second caliph. This was a significant moment, as it showed the trust and respect for Umar's dedication to preserving the holy text. Umar kept his copy of the Quran with him throughout his caliphate, which lasted 10 years, until he was martyred by an assassin named Abu Lulu. After his death, the Quran was passed on to his daughter Hafsa, who was one of the Prophet's widows. Hafsa kept the Quran in her house in Medina, but she was very open about sharing it, making it available for anyone who wanted to make copies or verify the accuracy of their memorization. This openness was crucial in the early days of Islam, helping to ensure that the Quran was transmitted accurately and preserved properly. Now, Zayad ibn Thaabit played a key role in this process. His method of collecting and verifying the Quran was meticulous and systematic, which helped us understand how the text was compiled and preserved with great care. This entire process highlights the importance of safeguarding the Quran and the efforts made by the early Muslims to ensure its authenticity for generations to come.